53-point loss and the way that everybody responded, how much credit do you give them as a group, and also just Asia being who Asia was for that?
Credit. I give them all the credit. They're the ones out there doing the work. Come on, Nate. Come on.
I'm sorry. You can
I didn't want to get fined. I couldn't feel my loop.
No, I give them the credit. They're the ones out on the court. They're the ones doing it. I don't even know. I already said, she'll tell me bits and pieces, but she has so many conversations that I'm unaware of. So, but I just let her be her and the group be the group. And, I don't know what exactly was said after the 53-point loss, but I don't know, they'd had enough, that was for sure.
Yeah. What was the question?
Well, I was just saying, asking her sort of the credit she gave the group and you getting the group together. I wonder how your relationship with Becky has evolved, that she knows she can just say, I know you're going to say what you're going to say, and you guys are so much on the same page that
right.
that has that been, it seems like that's been the case almost since she's been here, that you guys have developed that relationship.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it's certain things where we know as a group, like, we know what Becky's about to come in here and say. Like, it's just that, like, we just know it off rip because we see it, we feel it. And so it's up to me to continue to kind of like relay that message. So it's no division. It's not us against them. It's like, we're in this together. And sometimes I just want to make sure that it's a safe space in our locker room for, sometimes we may not want to speak in front of Becky, but they know I will. So it's like, if I can be that, like,
buffer. Yeah,
that buffer for the team and Beck and the coaches, then we're going to continue to do that. But half the time, we're probably already on the same page because we just know it. Yeah. But more so, it's kind of just within us because she's not out there playing the games. Like, Beck can only give us the blueprint, like the format, but it's always on us. And that's what I want to continue to make sure that our locker room understands. Is like, it's us out there. She can't come out there and play. We have to do it.
Despite some of my antics where I look like I want to.
Absolutely.
Does it feel like game 2 is you guys are just back to who you are as a team, and how do you want to build off that going into tomorrow?
I mean, like I said before, game 2 we came to work. Game 1 we didn't, and that's what happens when you don't. This postseason, teams are good enough to beat you if you don't show up, and so we just didn't show up. So game 2 we just wanted to show up as us, as our system, and that's what we want to continue to do throughout this postseason, is just show up and do our systems the right way.
You mentioned before the series that you guys have had a tougher time handling success during the Seattle series. I guess, how do you avoid that this time around?
How do we avoid that?
You come out with a mentality that, like, no matter what they do, we're still going to do us.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to come a point, the two energies are going to be like this, right? And at a certain point, one energy is going to give way to the other. And when does that happen, and who does that happen to? There comes a point where it's like, you have to be so strong-willed in what you're doing with each other and how you do it, and the energy level has to be there, that at some point you break the other team with your energy and your execution. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to impose our will, our energy, our effort, on our opponent. That's anybody. That's not unique to Indiana or a series. That's anybody we step on the court with.
Becky, how much do you enjoy this kind of journey and challenge of figuring it out, the bumps that you face throughout a season? I know you guys have the championship experience, and yet you still have adversity that you have to overcome.
And we still can't skip steps just because we've been there and won that. Doesn't mean anything. We haven't won anything this year. Nothing carries over like that. Now, your experience can carry over, your confidence you can have carry over in that way, but every night you have to come out and do the same work and hopefully do it better than you did the night before. Even though we're in the semis right now, like, we still want to continue to get better and better. We know in the next round, whenever that happens, like, it's only gets harder, and every game in a series gets harder. It's going to be harder here than it was in game 2, plain and simple. So I think having the appropriate respect and not making the emotional mistakes of just being happy that we won a game. That's not our goal here. Like, yes, good job, but like, we still have so much work in front of us to do to get where we want to go. And it starts, the first 5 minutes of the game.
seemed like it really resonated, the not skipping steps part. Is that something you feel like throughout your career you feel like really come to learn and embrace, or what does that, I guess, mean to you?
For sure. Like even in college, Coach Staley would always say, championship locker rooms have a certain look, a certain sound, and a certain feel. And you have to check those boxes off every single game, every single possession. And that's what separates the good from the great. It's like you're being able to do that every single time. Because it does get hard. It does get times where you're just like, do I want to do this? Or, oh, we did this before. It's going to be different every single time. And that's what I've kept trying to relate to this locker room. It's just like, some of us have been together for years, some of us haven't. And like every championship, every year, it's different. We're not going to win. Our 22 season wasn't the same as our 23 season. Even with the same outcome, it still was completely different. This year was completely different than any other seasons. So we have to make sure that like understanding that things are going to look different, but we still have to continue to do the same things in order to be great.
As Becky's buffer, that checklist that you talk about, is that something you're mentally immediately after each game going through and maybe checking in with your coach about?
We don't necessarily check in with Beck, but there is things that we have written about ourselves that we want
check
to
in with each other, which is more important.
Yeah, like we don't even really we love her, but we don't include her. But within our own group chat, within our own just talks, when it comes to game plans, we're constantly just making sure that we are doing what we said we're going to do. Like when we go to our accountability chart, we're like, okay, did we hold each other accountable to these things? Because you told us you were going to do these things. So I think it's more so of just us internally, like we're making sure that we are doing our jobs, all of us from top to bottom. I like poor rookie who doesn't even know if she's gonna play, we're still holding her accountable when she gets on the court or how she is on the bench. Like those little things we do after every single game.
Did you do that, say, back in 2022 when you won? Is that
No,
relatively new?
this is completely new. This happened after we got the game plan, got in charge of being in the game plan is when we started it. So this year.
Anything else?
Coach Asia has come out.
That's an ugly term. I don't want
Coach Wilson. Coach Wilson.